We are live. Sunday Night with Those Guys, and Sunday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys.
What's up? What's up? How's everyone doing? What's up, Tom?
How are you, Lawrence?
What's with the ninja shirt, dude? All you need is the hood, and you can fucking disappear.
Dude, man, I'm gonna disappear in this background any minute now.
What's going on?
What's going on, Herman? How are you?
Same old thing. I've been busy this week.
El Smeghead's here. He says he's sitting in a Nazi bar drinking Hungarian beer. Something. What did he put earlier? Hold on.
Oh, easy there.
Yeah, let me scroll up to the top. I'm drinking in a Nazi head. Where is it? I went back too far. I am drinking in an official Nazi headquarters on the island of some word I can't pronounce now, and the Ship and Crown pub during World
Guernsey.
War II.
Okay, so yeah, he during World War II, it was a Nazi pub. Yeah. Okay, good.
What's up?
Good. I'm glad it was a historical reference. Yes.
Right.
Hey, what's up, Audley? Digital Kite.
Audley.
Photography and videography.
Courtney Darlington, Brooklyn Drone Boys. I'm gonna make you a mod, man. All right.
Courtney, how are you, bro?
Come back. Yeah. Desmond Thunder, Michael Blade. How's everyone?
FPV Joel.
How's your weekend? Click that like button. You know the routine already. I don't have to tell you guys. It's another Sunday.
So what's been going on? Because like I said, I've been busy all week. You know me. Between my appointments and running around trying to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
So, other than that, well, like I told you, in a couple of weeks, I'll be back.
Yep.
I should be back.
Phoenix is rising.
Well, he is moving around. He's moving around, Tom. The time that I expected for him to get to his door, I went to his house. Hey, what's up, UFO? I went to his house. What was it, Friday? I was out there. I think last
week, yeah.
Yeah, I went to his house, and the time that I expected him to get to the door, he got there in half the time. So I guess he's coming back and getting better. You know what I'm saying?
Good deal.
And pretty soon he'll be able to stand up, maybe with his foot out or recline somewhere, but he'll be able to fly, which is good. Anyway, how's everyone's weekend? The weekend is over. It's time to get ready for Monday. Monday morning blues. If you have those kind of problems, I'm not bragging that I don't, but I remember them well.
Well, Monday morning hasn't come yet.
Yeah,
Monday morning, but this week
for some.
Unfortunately, Mondays are looking like every other day of the week now.
Dave Innes,
unfortunately, it's too many Mondays.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
I need more Saturdays. That's what you get in retirement. You get only Saturdays and Sundays and an occasional holiday.
And half of the day on your birthday.
Yes.
That's what it is.
If it's like in my house.
I'm looking for. That's what I'm making it out to be, Herman. Don't.
Hey, what's up, Bill? Coast to coast.
Oh no, I'm just asking.
Because.
No, I see.
He's open too. That's why he's asking.
Yeah,
tell me what it's like on the other side.
Yeah, when I get there.
Okay. Well,
I'll tell you, half of my friends that come back to the job and to say hello and all that have retired, they tend to look 10 years younger than I do, and saying they wish they would have done it sooner. So,
right.
Well, hey, could you see what Courtney Darlington put for you, Tom? He says, Tom, you look good. I'm trying to get to where you are.
Look at it. Yeah, this is a guy I thought. Okay,
what's
Courtney,
up, Brendan?
just stand by for a second here. Okay, strap in. When I met Courtney only a couple of years ago, I think, and I thought Courtney was like 30-something years old. Courtney, how old are you, man? Okay, come clean.
He's a G. He's an OG like us.
Yeah.
No, he may not. What's up,
kidding,
Night
bro?
Train?
But so if
Fly
anybody's
by
got
guys.
it going on, Courtney.
Tom, the reason why I say this, my father retired how many years now, and he's taken trips all over the world. He's been to China twice.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man. That's good.
Like, wow.
You know, Courtney says he's got 4 more to go. Okay.
Night Train says he just finished up a batch of root beer shine. Root beer shine. Wow. You know what, Mike? I'm gonna have to hit you up on Messenger. I want some shine for the week, for the holiday. We're not drinking on the street.
About 61. God bless you. There you go, man.
This is personal consumption.
Oh, look at you, a 69 baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 11 on you, bro. Got 11 on you. So
November 5th.
Okay, I'm seeing the chat here in real time. Oh, you've been at your
job. That's the way to do it. You know, Courtney started on the job at 18, and what's nice is a nice defined benefits package. Yeah, at 18, and nice defined benefits package there. Yeah. Nothing like it. They're not many of those around anymore.
He got 31 years in. Okay, congrats. Yeah. See, that's what's up.
He's got another 4 to go.
151 and some sugar and extracts. And wow, dude.
Ooh. Dude.
And you just
no open flames with that, bro.
You just made some root beer shine. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, really quick, Courtney Darlington, you're new to FPV. Night Train, if you can get that link from my channel, Courtney Darlington, you're new to FPV on Night Train's live stream this week,
Thursday
evening between 7 and 8 p.m. We're only going on for an hour. I'm giving away 4 motors. I'm giving away motors. You can only give away 4. I'm giving away motors, and he's giving away a 6-inch frame. So all you got to do is when you see the link, put down Tower Dive, and it'll qualify you as an FPV pilot. I know you up there with the big boys, and y'all don't build yet, but it might inspire y'all to build. You know, I can't afford to go out and buy.
Did you enter the contest?
Yeah,
no, I haven't.
Herman got jokes, contest, man. Herman got jokes. He put Tower Dive. You know you're not qualified, Herman. You're an FPV rookie. It don't matter, bro. It don't matter. He says he's an FPV rookie. What's that got to do with the price of things?
What happened?
Look, Lawrence is trying to sell these because they even look good. Okay, even if you don't fly with them, they look good.
Show him the motors, Lawrence.
Hold them up. Come on, he's got to. Come on, do the little, the product modeling there.
I'm like, excuse me a second, but I've been like moving stuff around over here. I actually cleaned up my corner.
It sounds like you're going through the junk drawer there.
No, no. Here we go. Nice, pretty gold motors, man. Some cruisers. You guys watch my videos. I do a lot of cruising. This motor is specifically for cruising. That's all I can say. It's a 2806.5, 1750 kV. They're perfect for cruising. And Night Train on his live stream right there on Thursday night. We're only going to be on from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have to live in the United States or Canada to qualify. Well, to qualify, you have to put hashtag Tower Dive or just put the words Tower Dive. So when he does the search from his channel, it'll only search through the comments that have Tower Dive in it. So we have to eliminate Herman. Since he commented Tower Dive.
Well, you said anybody could enter.
You will, Michael Blade. I started out with Little Tiny Whoop also, and now I'm just getting into building. The flyby guys, I'm leaving for work in December for the 2 months in drone operations in the Middle East. I won't be able to join the shows, so please don't think I've ditched you guys. Okay, you can take it. Well, you if you got internet, you can check us out. You just have to convert your time in the Middle East. Now, the thing is, depending on where you are in the Middle East, dictates on whether the internet is active or not. Meaning, if you're around on the American side, you might have a better chance of getting internet, and you could still check us out.
Okay.
But we appreciate the heads up, definitely. Yes, a 6-inch Martian 2 frame. And those motors would go great on that Martian frame. We're giving away both to one person on that night. I'll mention it as I see some more FPV people in. But what's good, Tom? How was your weekend?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. The wife and I went out yesterday. We rode the North County Trailway up in Westchester.
Okay.
Wanted to get some flying in, but it didn't materialize. Got some flying in today. Saw Eddie out there at Flushing RC earlier. Burned some batteries. Yesterday was gorgeous weather. And
it was
really some nice spots up there, but you had to see some of those mansions. We were the North Trailway. For those of you that don't know, the Trailway runs from Pelham Park all the way up pretty far. And we were in the section that goes through Chappaqua. If that sounds familiar to anybody, that's where the Clintons happen to live.
Yeah.
So you're talking about rolling through some beautiful rear yards of some people, really mansions, so to speak.
You could call those estates. If not a mansion,
yeah, some of them were castles.
I can't believe it.
And the peasants were riding the trail. Okay, but no, it was really nice. We started up at Millwood, and then we went all the way up to I forget what the town is up there, but we did 25 miles yesterday. So
you know what I wanted to ask you, Tom? When you buy one of these e-bikes, right? Is it like a prerequisite that you gotta push the bike after you purchase one to other people?
Because, yeah, absolutely, dude.
Because
I'm not going to stop.
My neighbor.
I'm not going to. No, I'm okay.
No, my neighbor, right? No, seriously, my neighbor. Her brother has one of those e-bikes, and he came to visit her yesterday, and I saw the bike, and then he comes up, and I'm talking to him, and he's telling me I asked him about the bike, and he goes in. And I'm like, by the time he was finished, I was like, I want to ask this guy one of the cards for the dealership.
Yeah, exactly. Where's my referral code? Okay. And do I get a free Broadway show with that? Okay. I just got the 45-minute. You know what it is, dude? Look. It's sometimes like us when somebody comes up to us and shows real interest with our drones, we can go into it, right? We can get into it. The real thing here is a lot of people, it was funny. We got a comment yesterday. A lot of times when we're on these trails, there's different classes of people. So you got to know that, okay? There's what's known as the spandies, okay? Those are the real hardcore cyclists wearing the spandex.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing left to the imagination.
That try to ride from one end of New York to the other.
Well, the only thing is there's nothing left to the imagination, and some of them there should be. Okay. So then you have, the e-bikers, okay, the people on the scooters, the recreational riders. It's funny. So sometimes we normally when we're down here by Jones Beach or something, we don't get any hellos or anything from the spandies, so to speak.
Okay.
But up there we got waves and everything else. But it was funny as they pass, somebody passed me, and then while they're passing Roz, they were like, "Oh, those aren't real bikes; they're cheetahs." Okay.
Oh, here we go.
So, that's pretty funny. I find that funny. What I like about the e-bikes, and I think this is where the enthusiasm comes from, is, look, man, I haven't been on a bike in 20 years. Okay. Right. And recently, as recent as 3 years ago, I had, quadruple bypass. Okay. So I got another chance. And the nice thing about this is, man, we got nothing but mobility. We can get on these bikes. Think about it. If you're a grandparent, you can get on the bikes with your grandkids, right? You can get back out there with your family. You can, right now during COVID, look, it's hard to buy e-bikes right now. Okay. Because why? You can get out there. You can still enjoy, some life and get out there and do stuff and see things. And, look, it's getting us a lot deeper into nature. We can go out on trails and have a good time.
Can I interrupt something real quick so we can nip this in the butt? guys are looking at the numbers, and the numbers are going up 232. We don't have that many viewers. Someone's actually loading a bot program software that's raising the numbers and making it look like we streamers are actually loading computers with windows upon windows upon windows. And what happens is YouTube is supposed to come, and if they see that the numbers are so high and there's only like 5 people in the chat, they usually shut your live stream down. So that's all that is. As you see, the numbers will go high, they'll peak, and they'll drop off if nothing happens. So don't worry about it. It's all fake. There's no way.
It happens, right?
If we do get shut down, that's their way of doing it. But it has happened to other live streams. People panic and they go, "Oh wow, I have 200." No, you don't. It's somebody loading the program doing it.
Oh,
this was happening once before, and then
they do it in a way to try and shut down a live stream. Now there are certain suspects on YouTube that we do suspect, and it leads back to, but we'll leave that to it, and that's all we're going to talk about, the numbers.
Right.
So just ignore them. The real numbers, the real numbers are who we see in the chat here, and the concurrent likes or dislikes. What's up, Show? How are you?
What's going on?
Show says likes regular pedal power, and hey, no doubt. The nice thing about this is, I'm getting my steps in, because one thing we're doing is we have pedal assist. Well, we have pedal assist, and the nice thing is we're out there, and we have intercoms. We've accessorized the shit out of this. So, but just like our drones, right? But one thing is that we find ourselves pedaling constantly. Okay, and it flattens out most hills. Audley said, "Hey, there's a lot of hills up there." Yeah, there is, but what's nice is the fact that the bike kind of flattens out those hills. Now, I before wouldn't have done on a regular bike. I wouldn't have done 25 miles.
Okay.
I might have done 10 and said, "Oh shit, I got another 10 to get back to the car with." Right. on this, it's a lot different, right? It's a lot different, and we can stop. We can see things. Plus, guess what, man? Like I got a GoPro strapped on a chest strap. I got an Insta360 hanging on a invisible selfie stick. I threw a Hero Session 5 on Roz's bike.
What's up?
So I'm having some fun with that stuff. And the other thing is, on my rear rack, I got my Mavic Air 2 back there. Okay. So and my Nikon. So if I want to throw it up, I want to capture content. We're out there. We went over a beautiful bridge that was over the New Croton Reservoir.
Right.
And that was one of 2 bridges we went over yesterday. So it's pretty much pedal, target rich out there. I did find a nice sticker that I want to put on the back fender. It's Sons of Anarchy, ibuprofen chapter. Okay, so I thought that was appropriate for the back fender.
Russell Gurlem says he just brought a Rad Rover step through e-bike.
Okay,
there you go, man. There you go. Rad community lives large.
But Lawrence, the funny part about the whole conversation with this guy yesterday, we went into talking from the bike to sneakers, and we started talking about his, he had to do some work on the computer, and he was trying to do this, and I was telling him that I was doing this, and I'm in the sneakers too, and he had some new sneakers on that just came out last week, and we got into a whole big conversation, and then it got into talking about these new graphics cards that supposedly been released, and he was like, "Good luck on getting your hands on those," because he's been trying, and this, that, and the other. It wasn't been a whole long conversation, but
hey, Birdman,
it was a good conversation with the guy, because he was. I told him about you and the bike, and he was going
Sons of arthritis.
And he rides. He rode from Astoria.
Get out of here!
Nice.
Yeah, he rode from
nice.
Astoria.
Courtney, there. I got a Rad Mini 4, and the wife has a Rad Mini Step Through 2, and both of them are folding bikes. So what we do is we're able to fold both of them up. Each one goes in a big Craftsman bin. It's got wheels on the end. I pop open the trunk of the SUV, and roll them in there. So that's how we get all over. Instead of putting a trailer on, we are looking at a bike rack, but it's just a lot of heartache that way. And this way the bikes stay inside also. But, again, it's a blast because we can get out to places. And that's what I'm thinking with the drone also. I got to get a spot where I can throw the drone up, especially with the Mavic Air 2, and do, active track with the latest version of active track.
Right.
It's just that when I was riding the trail yesterday, I thought about it, man, throwing it up, but it's not it's not a Skydio. So there are a lot. This is like a tree canopy over you.
Okay. Well,
and I didn't want to have any heartache yesterday with the wife. So,
well, we started out the live stream pretty good. What's up, Global Drone? Check out Electric or Step Through.
I did. I did. I looked at a lot. It was. I'll tell you, we're very happy with the bikes we got. And the other thing was the geometry for the wife. She's only 4'11", so I had to have a bike that fit her.
My wife is
I had to have a bike that fit her right, so she would be comfortable. If she wasn't comfortable, she wouldn't be confident, and she would be out there riding. So
yeah. My wife tells the world she's 5 feet, but she's 4'11" as well.
No, mine is 4'11".
I want to get to the first story of the night. All of you guys know that a lot of companies are having launches. Xbox had a launch of the new Xbox, and they had a light show with drones and stuff like that. Well, there's a company out there called OptiTrack that can actually you can hire their services, and they can do what they call build a system for you to have a light show, a 3-dimensional light show. They call it 3D precision and accuracy. So if you want to do a show with 50 drones, you want to do a show with 1,000 drones, this is one of the companies that you can go in and add animation. If you don't have animation, they also have a virtual reality department. But my main reason for picking this company is you can build everything from robotics to a VR environment. If you're into video games and stuff like that, this seems to be the place. I'll put the link here. But they're really pushing selling light shows for the right price. That's the link right there I just put. For the right price, they will custom design a light show with 3D images. So you could also have 2D, which I believe is a lot cheaper, but they specialize in 3D, which makes it pretty hot. And I just thought with all of the drone companies out there, finally you have someone saying, hey, why don't we just put a bunch of our drones together that we custom build, that we run on our system that has been used in different places around the world, and sell our business. Tim Jackson at work. I will be in and out. Hopefully everyone is safe. Yes, we're good, man. What's up, Chris Hope?
Chris Hope, what's going on, man?
But if you go, they specialize in a lot of different things. This OptiTrack company, they don't just sell this system. They sell cameras, they sell software for virtual reality.
So get a GoFundMe together and throw me a nice birthday party surprise, man. I'll give you my address. Throw me a nice drone show.
VR birthday party.
Yeah. You'll probably need a GoFundMe to raise enough money for that. I mean,
yeah, I agree. But here's the robotics section. I thought was pretty good. They do all kinds of formation flying. Let me see if I can start it over. Oh, here we go. It's just a clip running through. These little drones that are flying around this statue right here, they use them for light shows, and all they do is adjust the intensity of the lights on the headlights on it. So apparently they have this robotic thing disarming down. If you guys are familiar with anything, it says bringing quadcopters to life. This is one of their motion picture events that they were shooting. You know how they always show someone running in the parking lot? Well, now they're using these robots and stuff. Huh?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now they're using these robots to do this. And this is their swarm capability. And as you see, the control is pretty damn good. And these are not the first guys doing it, but this is the first company that I've seen.
Now, if you notice though, all this is being done in a GPS denied environment.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Also, so and they're flying as if they are GPS, but they do not. They actually sense each other. They actually know where each and every one of them are in space and time. So it's almost like they have their own obstacle avoidance. I won't show too much of it, but if you want to look at that particular video, it's on this page here. Let me copy it and put it down. I'm sorry, I've been missing the chat because when I open up other windows, it's a little
So
sketchy.
you know what they you know what gets me though, it's what comes to mind right away when I see them flying in the swarm like that, is the Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they're coming to get you.
Oh yes, yes. In the
they're attacking. They're attacking the yeah.
But you know what?
Inside.
Drone light shows need a lot of safety requirements, a lot. Which is it's funny you mention that because that should have been a segue into the main story of tonight, which is about drones flying over people.
Yeah.
Because we will get into that a little later on. It's pretty and scary and disturbing at the same time. Well, if you guys saw that little animated drone review they did of some drone that fires a bullet into the person's head, that was all CGI. But I believe whatever if you can think of it, they can do it with the right money. It's amazing.
Look. You know, you're afraid of that. There's no doubt. But realize we've been flying Predators and Reapers for how many decades now?
Yes.
And they can put a laser guided Hellfire missile, you know, from 4 miles on a standoff at an altitude of 15,000 feet.
Well, we just hope
you never see it coming. That's the good thing about it. The drone swarm I'm concerned about because you'll probably see it coming.
You probably see it and almost hear it before it's too late.
Well, the swarm of bumblebees. Not coming for you.
Well, if they want to waste their money sending a swarm after me, I think it's a waste of money. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, well, you have to hope they have a bad battery technology. Maybe the batteries will swell up and they'll fall out of the sky.
That's true. There was a story I had also that I thought I sent you guys. Video OptiTrack Airspace. Oh, it is. I never loaded the window. Now, this multi-drone thing is great with OptiTrack, but now say you want to protect your property and your territory. They have a service out there by Fordham Technologies.
Yes.
Called Airspace Security and Defense. So now we're getting to the point. Now, don't think you could hire one of these companies and prevent commercial drones from flying over you. No, this company, Fordham Technologies, I'm trying to wait for the video to start over on their main page. They capture anything out there from FPV to fixed wing. Their job is airspace security and defense to detect and defeat dangerous drones. Now you might think, how does this little FPV look like a dangerous drone? Well, if you put C4 on a racing drone and head towards a target at 90 miles per hour below radar, you might be able to do some damage. This is what this company is all about. Seriously, everything from chasing racing drones to fixed wing to DJI drones, this company does it. Tom, I don't know if I sent you guys a link, but they are CUAS and get used to
counter U. That stands for counter UAS.
Yes, correct.
There are different rules and regulations around that right now, and they're being formulated at the regulatory level.
Well, you would have to figure it would have to be some kind of drone policing over specific areas. So now, like those fools that tried to fly that were trying to fly the Super Bowl and the World Series and stuff like that, you can get.
Well, Sean from Geeksmana had a gentleman on or two that their company specializes in securing those types of events and working with the various regulatory entities and enforcement entities around those large-scale events.
Well, I wanted to show, this is the antenna device that you would have either on a roof, or I don't know if you guys can see it yet. This is the antenna system that they use. So you could basically come, I'm assuming that it comes powered itself, and it will set up a perimeter.
It's probably it's a hard fixed installation.
Yes,
Herman, that would have to be wired up to a system, and probably has a communications capability on it. So it looks like it's they're probably fairly directional antennas, because it looks like they have them mounted on 4 axes. So they probably can be tuned for distance.
Later UFO. Exactly, which means you could come in and set up one and set up different parameters or areas. But I like the fact, the first freestyle. Oh, okay. Thanks, Night Train. I'm sorry. Yeah, for UFPV heads, please leave a comment there, Tower Guide. But I think it's.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, Sean. What is? I think if you say somebody's name 3 times, it's like Beetlejuice, right? I mean,
yeah.
Here's Sean
Geeksvana.
Yeah,
Sean pops up, right?
Sean's here.
When I hear my name, I appear. See, Sean, are we on for tomorrow? And if we are, I need to know a time that's good for you, as well as good for me as well. I will be home most of the day tomorrow. I just have to run out in the morning and maybe go to the bank. But you're 6 hours ahead of me, so we'll talk at your convenience.
6 or 5?
What I like about what happened, Tom?
6 or 5 hours? 5 hours.
Oh, it's a 5 hour. Okay, I'm
pretty sure.
I'm going even further east. I trying to get to Paris, I think, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, easy there.
But I thought it was a good story because you have OptiTrack, who sells drone systems for entertainment now and representation and commercial use. And then you have a company that will be specializing in attacking or going after drones and recovering them.
Counter UAS. Okay. Keep the attacking to yourself there. Counter UAS. Okay.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to show this video again.
That was something that
and you send out the swarm to take out the rogue.
That was something that I heard the FAA talking about, welcoming different companies that had programs to do this.
Yeah.
You know, the systems that they bring in their own system.
Solicitation of it's an RFI, request for information. Those usually turn into, then they evolve into what's called RFPs, request for proposal. So because with a request for proposal, you don't have to go with the lowest bidder.
Right.
You can go with best idea instead of just going with a straight bid, solicitation.
Yes. We actually had something out in Jersey at the over there, was at Atlantic City at the airport out there.
Yeah, well, there was also there's been a couple of different internal discussions with local authorities on CUAS and who are the authorized entities that are allowed to currently use it. So that's a very, very short list.
Right, which I had thought was only like Homeland Security and
it's a little wider than military. That, but Homeland Security is front and center on who can and who cannot. Right. At least within the confines of U.S. territories.
Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense. Just stop it and nip it in the bud right there.
Yeah, I mean, you got your classics like the Coast Guard is an authorized entity.
Right. Yeah. Military.
Okay. Yeah. Well, again. Yeah.
What's that, Tim Jackson? The government will be able to see everything and anything, but they already can.
Only after Google. Okay.
Yeah, because Google controls everything.
I'm sorry. Google will be the government's prime contractor. Yes.
That's interesting. Well, there's also the Navy. The next story is it has to do with the Navy, and they were at first testing ship to drone, ship to ship. Let me start
Ship
over.
to ship, ship to ship,
Ship to
okay.
ship.
Or in this case, ship to submarine.
Yes. No, I had a brain fart there. Anyway, the Navy has been practicing with a delivery drone to deliver from a ship to a submarine. Now they have done the testing. They've done it several times, and they are already starting to incorporate it, because a lot of people don't realize in order for a ship to get something onto a submarine, either you have to fly a helicopter from that ship to it, you have to get close enough to the submarine and tether.
You got to run fast boats.
You have to tether. But this drone system, which is also an electric hybrid by Skyfront, I should have clicked on that link to see more information on that drone. And this particular drone can travel in ultra bad weather. It's designed for marine, to be for marine use. I just clicked on the link right here.
It seems like these hybrids keep coming up in these type of
yes,
yeah, because of their operating parameters, right?
Exactly.
You got to have endurance, you got to have duration, you got to be able to get from here to there. And we're not talking about short distances. A lot of times when you're doing a military operation, you're talking about it being over horizon.
Right.
Okay.
Well, getting back to what I was talking about, the big issue is submarines are supposed to be so secret that you're never supposed to know where they're at any time unless you're in another submarine. Or have
not even then.
Right, or have sophisticated enough satellites to see it if it pops up. Now the issue
not
is
even then.
These subs have to pop up every now and then to get supplies or whatever and disappear immediately. Now with this drone system, you can actually send a drone to a designated spot. The submarine could pop up, receive its package, and pop back down before anyone really notices. Now I did click on a link that they had.
But let's talk about what is really significant there. Okay, so that falls under the category of unreps.
Keep talking.
Maybe turn for underway replenishment.
Keep talking.
Okay,
Tom.
But what's really significant here is the handoff capability.
This is it right here.
From pilot to pilot. Okay, so first a pilot takes off from the Navy surface vessel,
right,
with the supplies.
Right.
Flies within proximity of the vessel to be replenished, in this case, okay, the submarine, and a pilot on the submarine then takes over control of that drone to land it. Either land it or takes the handoff of the drop, and then flies it back out and
they regain control. The video,
the surface vessel pilot.
The video actually does show. Let me pause it. If you look in the tower of the submarine, right here.
That's a conning tower.
Okay, the conning tower. These three guys here are tethered to the submarine. So as soon as it does drop this package, and it doesn't take long. This is a 20-second video. Considering the submarine is moving, the drone is moving, the package is moving, and they're able to drop this package, in which case afterwards, one will probably untether and run down here and pick up the package and run back, and they can...
No untether. No, that's called a man overboard. You don't do that. You remain tethered and you retrieve.
You run down the side.
Yes. So that falls under Navy's UNREP. UNREP stands for underway replenishment.
I never hit share, so I'm sorry.
So we've been talking about stuff nobody has a clue over.
Right.
Okay, here. All right, I'm sorry. But this is the con tower that he was talking about. You have a guy up here. These three men are tethered. I can see the lines there. The drone is moving. The sub is moving. The package is moving. Now, as soon as they drop it, it unhooks. It's already unhooked.
Yeah.
And raising up to get away and clear the ship.
So the pilot is up in the conning tower, by the way. He's one of the members up in the conning tower. Here. The conning tower itself will fit numerous sailors. And that's the retrieval crew.
That orange cylinder is the package.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
that is actual. They say it will be anything from medication to special orders,
Gotcha.
because we all know, even with today's technology, um, even if you transmit over radio, somebody can hear you somewhere. You're not perfectly free.
Yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah, but they're not gonna hand over new code orders via drone.
I know,
So
but I'm
yeah, I
just
wouldn't
speaking
sweat that one.
hypothetically, Tom.
This
Just
is, you know what this is? This is what the military does all the time. It's called extended
Ajax
capability,
and RC.
right? So normally ships will have to go alongside each other
Yeah, and tethered to each
to
other.
replenish, right?
Right.
And it's amazing to watch that because they're not steaming in a straight line, by the way. They're maneuvering in different patterns,
Right.
because under wartime operations, you still
They
gotta
go in a straight line.
you gotta keep deking, right?
Yeah.
Like a good forward advancing on the goalie.
Hey,
So,
Ed.
you know, a lot of what happens there is this is extended capability. The Navy's looking to figure out how they can extend that underway replenishment capability. So, you know, that is when you talk about the hybrid capability, they have aircraft there that can fly for 5, 6, 7 hours
Right.
at a time. Right. And we're not even talking about the military side. We're talking about this company you were highlighting.
Yes.
Okay. Which is looking to advance this hybrid technology. Because if you think about it, what is a Reaper? What is a Predator? It's hybrid, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's got an electric motor on it, but it also has fuel and an engine. So it's hybrid.
Here's the hybrid that they're actually using, Tom.
Okay.
5-hour endurance in hover. It weighs 12.12 pounds. It has a 12.
So that means it can actually last longer not hovering, because
Right.
hovering eats up more battery.
Yes.
Right, but 5 hours hovering. Its wind tolerance is 25 miles per hour, and its range is 110 miles.
Well, especially if you have a direct mission that
fuel
is
injected or high reliability.
Yeah, but Herman, what you were pointing out was the fact that, you know, the range, right? So
yes.
Beyond visual line of sight, but guess what? You can relay pilot this aircraft.
Oh no,
that's what I really think is significant, because you're using their perimeter software, which allows, like it's the three of us. We're going to fly a drone, you know, from my house in Glendale down to the Rockaways, and we'll each take a turn in our local legs, so to speak.
Right. This is it carrying a different type of payload, but it because it's a hybrid system, that 12-pound capacity does vary from job to job. I would take it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at the technology that's out there today. If they can fly and fire a Hellfire missile,
here's the link.
Well, Tom,
so it's only as big as they're
able to carry or lift more weight than the average. That's why I say, you know, a lot of the hybrids are showing up for more and more of these type of missions, because not only of the endurance, but their ability to carry. They'll be able to lift more than the average.
Ajax, Sparky.
Just okay, Part 107 pilots, remember, lift and gravity. Okay? They go in different directions, okay? Lift and gravity. So, as Herman was pointing out, is you're going to have enough lift to overcome gravity and the payloads you're going to have to carry on this. But again, that's based on how large your power plant can be, or how efficient your power plant can be, right? Really efficiency.
Yeah.
Right?
I would
and boy, these hybrid configurations they're building are extremely efficient. You know, just look at some of the numbers you're getting. 100-mile range on this.
110 miles.
110-mile range.
Miles. I can go from where I live in Queens, along the beach, if I'm on top of one of the tallest buildings there, to New Jersey and back.
Yeah, and oddly, it's a good thing we can't afford this, because we get in trouble with this kind of drone.
To dream.
Okay.
And plus, you know what the clearance you would need to fly from New York to New Jersey?
Yeah, well, you're not going to get it, because you're not going to get through 107.39 or 107.23, which is probably a good segue for you as far as flight over people.
It is. If you guys can give me a second, I need to run and pay the water bill, though.
The water bill.
Yeah. I have to.
So Herman, how's the plumbing been?
Give me a second.
The plumbing.
He's paying the water bill. I figured we'd stay on topic.
Oh,
okay.
Well, no, I mean, things is fine over here. I'm just saying, when I'm looking, we were talking about these hybrids. We did a story on one of them that had broke the world's record.
The world's record, yeah.
Yeah, for flight. We also did something. We talked about, what was that? The Nuva, or was that? The Nuva V300. The cargo drone. There's a lot of these hybrids. And then,
that's where you get, again, when the battery technology continues to advance as quick as it's advancing, it will replace the need for the hybrid side of that, right? Just as we're seeing right now, Herman, right, in the automotive industry. It used to be you could only get the hybrid. Now you can get a hybrid plug-in, or you can go completely plug-in.
Okay.
And the big thing was battery anxiety or distance anxiety, right? By having a vehicle like that. And that's where the hybrid technology overcame that for the public. Oh, I'm going to run out of battery power. Oh, I still have a little bit of gas.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're evolving out of that to where you got a Tesla today where you wouldn't even think about putting a drop of gas anywhere near it, right? So as long as they don't keep starting fires, but we'll get past that.
Well, they have a few other.
Yeah, a few other issues too. But if you've never driven one, stepping on the accelerator, I was ready to call it a gas pedal. See how old, right? Stepping on the accelerator is a unique experience because there is no, combustion going on that you have to wait for. It just takes off. So, but it all comes down to the battery technology and the hybrid energy conversion. Because, at some point, I think we're going to go from battery, from the hybrid solution to a straight battery solution and back into a hybrid solution at some point with hydrogen and fuel cells, and that's where I think you're going to get the biggest leap in how far and how fast and how high these things can fly.
Yeah, you're right, because they're making the biggest leaps and bounds right now.
Yeah.
Well, I missed what you guys are talking about. But thank you.
Same thing we were talking about, the hybrid.
Oh, okay. Well,
what to ask for in your next DJI.
The main, I wanted to get into the main top story of tonight, which is basically drone flight over people, and when it's allowed,
what's up, Matt?
When it's allowed and when it's not allowed, and why it's called hazardous operation, because it seems apparent that there's a misconception as to whether you can fly over people or whether you can't. And this is always an argument when living in places like New York City, where you can't cross the street. And I see people take their drone, look down, see if there's any traffic or people before they cross the street. Now, Tom, I see you smiling because I know you have a conundrum of
Well, I got to watch, I have a social media policy on my job, so I got to be careful what I say these days. Okay. I'm that close. Okay. It's just that, yes, I'm ready to burst. I'm ready to.
Okay. Well, my problem
is what it is.
Okay.
You look down over the street.
This is one of the things that the FAA wishes more pilots knew.
Ignorance is bliss, except when it's not. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Okay. I'm just going to read these two paragraphs. This one paragraph here. Over people means that they're directly over someone. A good way to envision this is to imagine a cylinder over someone, in which case that cylinder widens out if they're laying down. Now, or with their arms extended. That is considered over a person, but how far over a person are you to take into consideration? You guys live in New York City. You see some
unmanned aircraft can never be over a person, regardless of the altitude. The difference, okay, so now we're going to turn around and go, oh, but the helicopter, if it falls out of the sky, I'm more likely to get killed by the helicopter than the drone. Okay, except there's a pilot in the helicopter that's going to do his damnedest not to crash, or hopefully, okay, has some selflessness left in them when they are about to crash and say, hey, I don't want to crash into people. Okay, so that's where the difference is in the mind of the FAA. When it comes to an unmanned aircraft, there is never a permissible height under Part 107, and also under recreational. There is no option for flying over people,
for those
except
interested
for the pilot and the VO.
For those interested in the fine print, it basically says flight over people is considered hazardous, and that's not allowed.
So then you run amok of two rules.
Part 107, Part 91, and Part 49. USC 44809 are clear. And
it's 44809.
Those of you who don't know, are considered recreational flyers.
Yeah.
Right.
So here's how it works, right? When you get arrested for one thing, there's usually 3 or 4 other things we can write you up for, right? Okay? Same thing here, guys. Flying over people is a violation of 107.39. Okay? Flight over people. Is it waivable? Yes, it is, but you have to apply for that.
Yes, yes, you do.
But if you fly over people, you're also in violation of 107.23, which is prohibition against hazardous operations. And that clearly states endangering the safety of people or property on the ground by careless or reckless operations of a UAS.
Exactly.
Violation of 107.39 is an automatic violation of 107.23. Fundamental concept is to fly in such a manner as to not put people or property at risk of injury or damage. So you say, how does that apply to New York?
Right.
Try not to fly over a person in New York.
And this was my point. When taking off, I've seen pilots to go across highways and stuff, look down with their camera, and then make a dart for it in between cars or in between people. And I've seen it here in New York.
So
not everybody does it.
Proceed with question.
Yeah, well, see, okay, so when is it okay to fly in New York? It's not. Okay, pure and simple. Let's be honest with each other. Okay, there's a law on the books that says it's not. Now, of course, 107 pilots will say, well, I can get authorization to fly here. Okay, yes, but you got to really go through the process to get that authorization. Even on the public safety side of the fence, if there's not an active incident underway, those public safety pilots are flying as 107 pilots. And even they're not allowed to fly over the SWAT team or fly over firefighters firefighters, or EMTs or paramedics, even though they're in the same agency. They're not allowed to do it. The reason why they can do it is when there's an active incident and they're not flying as 107 pilots anymore. They're flying under their certificate of authorization, or COA, as for public safety for an emergency situation. That's the only time right now where flight over people is authorized. Okay? That aren't aware or part of the operation. Even on a movie set, in order for a movie crew to use a drone over people in the crew, it's got to be considered a closed set.
Yes.
I mean, perimeters have to be set up, security is in place, the whole rigmarole. Okay? So right now when people say, well, where can I fly in New York? Well, you can fly at a couple of these park locations. But actually flying anywhere else is still not on the up and up. Okay? It is what it is.
You know what? You're right. There's a catch-22 to that, Tom.
Yeah.
There's a catch-22 to that. There are 5 designated AMA airfields where you can fly
in city parks.
In city parks. We know the infamous Interference Park, which is otherwise known as Flushing Meadows Corona Park, which is less than 3 miles of an airport, but it's still an AMA field and you are allowed to fly there. Then now
Authorized site was flying there today.
Due to Lance and certain restrictions, you can only fly certain areas around there now, where before, if you remember, Tom, not even a year ago, maybe a year ago, you had free reign at that park. They could fly from the airfield to the globe. They could fly from
I was just saying that to Eddie today. I remember when you could do that and then do an orbit around it, you know. Now the second you boot up, you're in restricted airspace. Okay, no problem. I can start up my props. The second I take off and I'm a few feet up, it's like, oh, you need a network connection. Okay, now I got to tether it to my phone because I'm using a smart controller. Then it's ask the 3 questions, check the boxes, say okay, agree to this and that. And then you can fly in the general proximity. But remember this, that if you cross into a restricted area, when it comes to hitting a return to home or going low battery, it's not coming home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's well.
Nacho Rolling, how are you, bro?
And we're not just talking. Right. Eddie Nunez is in here too. We're not just talking.
Hey, Eddie.
Out the top of our nose as far as flying over people, because here in what we're talking about here in New York applies every place else.
Look, now I'm nobody's keeper. I'm nobody's.
Don't worry about it, El Smeghead. Get your drink on, man. We appreciate the support. What's up, Classic? We appreciate each and every one of you.
God bless you,
Nacho Rising. How are you, sir?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm nobody's keeper. You fly where you want to fly. But don't be ignorant to what the rules are. Don't that first off, ignorance is no defense, right? We've all heard that. It's so true. Okay. You want to do it, but realize what the impact is. And realize sometimes the impact's not just on yourself, right? It can be on others as well.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
I remember in boot camp, one guy screwed up. We were all doing push-ups. Okay. It's just a fact of life. That's how life rolls sometimes. But look, I look for consistency in how things are applied. Okay. You're either, this site's either going to let you put this stuff up or it's not going to let you put this stuff up. Okay. Just, that's all people are looking for, I think, is a level of trust and consistency in how things are meted out. I'm not going to go into any details because I'm still a little peeved over some things that have happened recently in some of the drone communities. But, look, it all comes down to use your head, be smart. Okay. If you're going to be an adult about it, be an adult about it. Know where you can fly, how you can fly there safely. If something goes wrong, okay, how are you going to deal with it? And then also take responsibility for whatever you do. I don't know if you realize, but some kid hit a LAPD chopper out in on the West Coast. And he waited. He knew it happened. But he waited till the FBI raided the house, okay? That usually goes down a lot differently then. Okay.
Well, you know what? Had his drone went down and he went to local authorities and said, I was flying a drone and I lost one. They would have said, oh, that was your drone. And you could have taken things from there, but they would have also taken into account that you came in and said, this is what happened. Don't think you can fly a drone, a registered drone. And with DJI and different types of drones, your email is attached to that drone and your email leads them right to your house. So if you think you can crash or lose a bird and go home and nothing happened and watch the news,
right.
Drone hit a helicopter.
Yeah.
Hey, I lost the drone. I lost a drone and a drone hit a helicopter. What should I do? Go home and cower or report that?
Well, I would just think that's a lot of sleepless nights.
But Tom, unfortunately, I've seen this out in Long Island where
nobody was injured, by the way, in this. There was a dent in the door. But hey, it's notwithstanding, it's being smart or being stupid, right? I mean,
Tom, I've
you hope by
experienced
an
this.
adult. Yeah.
In Long Island, I was working at a site in Long Island. I was working, doing some work, non-drone related in Long Island. Rich kid comes out and to make to show the neighborhood, the streets were named after golf courses like the links and stuff. All right. So the rich kid comes out, his father comes out with the drone. He's like, we've registered it. We've done everything we've had to do. Now I want to see you fly that damn thing. And I go, oh God. The kid goes, I can't start it. The father starts it up for him. It was a DJI Phantom series. It was like a Phantom 3 series. It's like a standard or whatever. Okay. And the father says, now go press lightly on the stick like we saw in the videos. And I'm like, hey, check this out. Watch what's going to happen. I'm telling my boss now. We stop our work. And I go, excuse me, sir. You should move away from those trees over there. So the boy goes, yeah, you're right. We might go up and hit the tree. They move further out, and the boy hovers for about 5 to 6 minutes, not 5 to 6 feet in the air. And then he says, Dad, can I go higher? And he says, sure, go ahead. The dad gets on the phone, and the kid just goes, what? And the drone just goes up and up and up and up. And it goes, Dad, where's my drone? Dad, where did it go? Where's my drone? The father says, I don't know. You sent it up there. And my boss is like, you're not going to say anything. I said, look, I can go over and offer my help. And I asked him, I said, would you like me to see if I could try and recover your drone? It was gone. He just went straight up, because that's what kids do. His father,
it's like your kids with pets. You tell them,
but they went back.
Sorry,
in the house.
it went to heaven.
Tom,
it's probably sitting right up there.
Tom, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I held the down button for a while. He had no video. Returned to home, it never came back. We stood out there. If I like, look, if it's not back in about another 3 minutes, it's probably drifting away somewhere. The boy starts crying. The father says, don't worry about it. We'll get another one next week. That's careless.
And Lawrence waited for them to leave. Then he looked up to heaven and said, Lord,
now my issue with that is when that battery does run down, let's hope it does have enough power to do a controlled landing somewhere. If the wind carries it away and it's high enough, it may, you don't know where the hell that thing's going to come down, do you?
Well,
you don't know where, you don't know when.
Well, if it's
like DJI, a bullet you shoot up in the air at the wedding, right?
DJI drone, it will land once the battery gets to a certain
it will land. Supposed to.
No, right. It will. It will, even if you don't have control of it. It will.
It should. It should come home.
It's supposed to.
It should come home.
Well,
again, what level of pre-flight was done there?
Even with a flyaway.
Yeah.
Because if you remember the guy over in
Los Angeles, the one that landed by the airport.
No, the guy in Nevada. Same thing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that landed at the McCarran Airport. Yeah.
Right. The drone landed because of the battery.
Right.
Well, provided it doesn't run into anything.
My only concern was the fact that the father could care less about the drone and that he was going to buy the boy another one.
Well, at that point,
it doesn't matter where that drone comes down or who it impacts.
Right.
Well, at that point, it becomes the situation of where sometimes people's ability to have certain things makes things frivolous and
but
the toy and he doesn't really care as much to the consequences.
That's the point. It's a toy. Okay, it's a toy. So Dad takes you out and he's going to throw you the ball, see how you can hit. You hit it over the fence and it goes far enough that Dad doesn't want to walk for it. Don't worry about it. We'll get another ball. Okay. Yeah. So when it's seen as a toy, it becomes frivolized, right? It becomes, and that's the problem with drones today, right? We're going to use I'm going to say it, Herman, you're going to get mad at me. You walk into Best Buy, okay? And you're buying a toy. 9 out of 10 people who are buying drones at Best Buy are buying a toy.
Well,
okay.
It's funny. I told Lawrence that too, but was to bring another point. But
what happened? I was reading the chat. I'm sorry. I was actually reading. The general lack of transparency on the part of bureaucracy, misinformation spread by media, and possibly willful ignorance because I don't have time to research on part of Ma or Pa. Unfortunately, this is the case with everything.
Oh yeah, because like I said, if you're an authority, if we see somebody that we deem as an authority on something, we'll listen to him wholeheartedly. He can tell us bull, and we'll listen to him instead of weighing the facts on our own.
Well, my boss was like, well, why didn't you say something before you took off? And I said, there was nothing that I could say that was going to stop that kid from doing what he was doing. His father his father would have came over and said, mind your business. He knows what he's doing. We've watched YouTube videos. Whatever his father may have said during that situation.
Didn't watch the right ones.
I warned them about the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I warned them about the tree. And my boss was like, you really think he's going to lose it? I'm like, watch, he's going to push it straight up till it disappears. And that's exactly what he did. That's just what he did. Now, after you lose signal, most people know with 9 out of 10 DJI drones, if you lose signal, it's supposed to return home. But
well, it depends on how you have it set up.
But
I can
if you
hover,
did not check
I can
the
land,
wind,
or I can return to home.
you did not check the wind. You did not check the KV and the KP index. Whatever you have to check to make sure that that drone could fly.
The guy at Best Buy didn't tell me I had to check the wind.
Yeah. So okay,
the only thing he asked was cash or credit.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Well, yeah, look. Nacho Rolling says, I buy a camera, it just happens to fly. Yeah. But if you want to keep shooting pictures with it, you better learn how to fly it, right?
True.
Okay.
True.
And if you take the pictures of the wrong thing in the wrong place and post them on the wrong forum, you can get in trouble for that. So be careful. Be careful when you jump.
I agreed. And it goes back to flying over people, because the fact that drone went up and was drifting, I knew it was drifting in the wind, because Phantom 3s are not as heavy as Phantom 4s, and Mavic Pros are not as heavy as Phantom 4s. We know this from flying drones, correct, Tom and Herman?
Yeah.
We know the physics behind actually flying a drone under certain wind conditions. And first of all, he should not have been out there unsupervised, because once the kid hovered, the father clicked on his phone and was in another world. That was it. The kid was flying a drone.
Well, see, that's the problem. The father wasn't even a part of the flight.
Right, but he wanted to be able to say, I brought my son a drone, and we went out
and flew it.
No. Your son was out there with the drone. You were on the phone.
Yeah.
He wasn't even a part of the flight. He wasn't supervising it. He wasn't paying attention to what was going on. Let's take into consideration a 107 mission. If he was the pilot in command, he was on his phone while a drone took off and flew out.
Then he couldn't be the pilot in command then.
You understand?
Because he wasn't focused on the flight.
Exactly.
Once again, you're talking about a child flying something that is that dangerous that the father took into consideration that, it's just a toy.
Not perceived, right.
Okay, so let him go on with it. I'm going to get on the phone.
Not perceived to be a danger to himself, or a danger to others.
Exactly.
So that comes back to the ignorance discussion, right? Okay, there's a level of ignorance there. And it's a hard one. I mean, what are we going to require before you remove the shrink wrap on the box? You're required to watch this video on YouTube and then take a small quiz, or before
that's my point exactly.
It will activate.
Audley.
It's going to be tough.
Says he never did a proper pre-flight. Obviously, no return home point, no satellites. You want to know what? To be honest, it should have had enough satellites before taking off, but they didn't care about home point. The kid just wanted to be able to launch. And when it said ready to launch, that's all that they cared about.
1 million new drone pilots Christmas morning.
Yes.
5 survived by Christmas
Eve.
The
neighborhoods for drones.
And the carnage on
pine trees. Look up in the trees, people.
Is criminal. Okay.
It is. The carnage on drones. Christmas Day.
I happen to be
Tom?
How many poor Christmas trees are damaged
The day
Fly
after
drones
Christmas,
on Christmas
Tom,
morning, right?
and how many drones are destroyed indoors being launched with how many drones are started up and launched
I just
inside the
pictured
home?
one going out a picture window, somebody's picture window with the tree right there, but there goes the drone right through the picture window.
I've
Okay.
witnessed
I hope you got renewal by Anderson on the phone.
Audley, the kid was only about 9 years old.
See?
Yeah, well, see,
He was 9 years old.
So the
But
pilot
according
in
to him and
charge
his
remains
father,
the
we
adult.
should be able to do, according to him and his father, we should be able to do this just like the videos we saw. Okay. So
You watched the wrong videos.
Well, no, you still got to remember the kid is 9 years old.
yes,
Yeah. The pilot in
attention span of a
charge is the
rabbit.
adult.
The attention span of
Okay.
a rabbit, and obviously the father had the same attention span.
The adult did not perceive that drone to be
What?
anything but a toy, like Herman said.
Right.
It's nothing but a toy.
Followed by news stories on prime time. More CCP crap into landfills. Oh, I hadn't heard. Well, yeah, basically. That's another story in itself. Now, how many of you guys are going crazy? I'm going to diverse from the subject a little, but this is starting to piss me off.
What?
This plastic bag ban. I'm for the plastic bag ban, but I'm getting tired of having to carry bags to go to the store because what happens?
We did that today, man. You know what I carry in those bags you buy that are reusable? All the bags I've been collecting that aren't usable.
My wife, we did that yesterday.
Okay?
We had
we did that today.
We went food shopping and had 7 bags inside one big bag. And now the heifers aren't even packing the stuff anymore. They're watching you put your own stuff in your own bag now.
Because they don't want to touch your bags.
The problem I got with the plastic bag thing and not giving people these plastic bags is that people used to accumulate these bags, right? And then they would bring them out to clean up behind their dogs.
Yeah.
Now they don't have these bags.
No, you're right, Herman.
We're gonna have poop.
Welcome to New York City.
We've had poop again on the streets.
Yeah. So tell me this, okay? Boy, did we go squirrel. But tell me this. You're telling me you can make me a burger that tastes just like a Big Mac and make it out of plants, but you can't make me a grocery bag out of those same plants. Okay?
Sure.
Come on now. You're telling me you can't make a plastic bag that's biodegradable in at least a lifetime? Okay? These plastic bags have a half-life of 1,000 years, damn it. You know,
I know.
Look, one beer company came out, right, with that whole thing about, the 6-pack from the beer cans, how those were getting stuck around tortoises, turtles, right?
Yeah.
Well, they turned around and made, this one company came out, this microbrewer came out and made theirs out of fish food, basically. So that if it did hit the water, it turns into more of a fish food that they could eat and devour.
And digest.
And digest.
A lot of them are dying from not being able to digest.
Didn't pose harm to others. Okay. This should be. Hey, Courtney, this is important, man. You got 3.
I know,
I can't even imagine the size
distracted.
of those dumps that your 3 dogs take. Okay, please.
That's true. He's got some Rottweilers that need
using a grocery bag.
Hey, Tom, I saw his Rottweilers. They need their own fucking house because they couldn't live in the house.
And I said to him earlier, and they probably all think they're lap dogs too. Okay. You know that.
You go to sit on a couch and
whenever I had a big dog, he thought,
You go to sit on a couch, and one of Courtney's rots sitting there, you're gonna ask him to move.
Well, Global Drone, I'm glad we could please you tonight. We did go squirrel. Okay. And look, Paul Murray's not even here.
Well, we have to, only because it's a little early. We did the drone news a little early. I may even be considering ending the live stream about 6:30 tonight. So
you got all those people who you see from your analytics, all those latecomers that come in between 6:30 and 7.
What are they going to do? Catch the rebroadcast.
Oh, there you go.
Now I want to show you guys something. Remember earlier when we were getting hit with the bots? I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4 times they tried to hit me with bots. And now what you guys don't understand, at this point here, we had 300.
Who's behind this? It's a conspiracy.
At this point,
look. 2020 is nothing but conspiracies.
This is 374, and the lowest peak, they got bored, 355, or maybe they had to put another quarter in. But people are going, yo, look at the numbers, look at the numbers. There's no way in hell we had 390 people in here and only.
Oh, I thought it was me, bro.
Chatting.
I thought I was getting that popular. Shit.
And
ready to sign a book deal.
The purpose of people doing that, and I'm going to mention it again, is if YouTube sees that a live stream is getting an overwhelming amount of views, they're supposed to send a spotter or a watcher to check out the channel and see
if it's real or it's getting pumped,
real or they're botting.
Yeah.
So if they come here and they see 13 people, like right now, my analytics say there's 13 people, 13 concurrent viewers, 23 people watching it. So that means there's 10 people outside of the stream lurking. All right. They look at the numbers and they say, well, hey, maybe he's got someone with a computer like Herman or Tom loading his live stream. Because you can do that.
Oh,
you can do that. You can set up your browser so every time it starts up, it opens 1,000 windows. Been there, done that. I've seen it before. It doesn't impress me.
No.
So the fact that you're taking out the effort to try and use bots to cause YouTube to shut down the live stream means that we're doing something that they don't like. And I like doing things that people don't like because it means they're jealous or hating.
Well, it's sad. This is a big problem we face today across the board. I mean, it's me, and unless it works for me, I don't want anybody else to have it. Okay. So it's selfishness. That's all this is. That's
it
nonsense.
Is, but I just
but plus it's conquest. Okay, it's conquest, and why do we have to conquer each other?
But Tom,
I don't think it's personal. I just think that they're out there trying to fish to get whatever they can find.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to look at it this way, Tom. The reason I'm bringing it up is so when you guys go to a live stream and you see someone like Tom or me or Herman, 300 listeners, don't speak on it. And it'll go away. Like certain things happen during our live stream in the chat, on the panel. And if you don't bring it up, it goes away by itself. The same.
Yeah, no.
We stopped talking about it. Now we have 23 concurrent viewers and 12 people in the chat, or 12 active people in the chat. Yeah, and those are numbers we're used to dealing with, going up or down.
Yeah,
but
2020 is needs to come to an end as soon as we can get it there. Okay.
If you
my God. But we're gonna be complaining about 2021 too. So just strap in for a little while longer.
No, I know that, Tom.
You know what? One of the things that I think is hurting, and please, people, I know this is first world shit. Okay, I understand that. I completely understand. Anything we're talking about here is first world shit. Okay, but it's lack of community, and that's one thing that really is negatively going to impact the drone community, right? And here's where 2020 really takes the wind out of our sails. And those of you that are 5-borough, those guys, or local, right, is no meetups. Meetups are a unique environment. Okay, you don't even have to fly sometimes and feel fully satisfied because you were at a meetup. Because the other thing about the meetup is the sharing of ideas, the communication across individuals, right? Whether you're flying or not,
it's breaking bread.
It's a sense of community, and I think that's really hurting us right now. I know it's hurting us locally here, and that's sad. And keep a good thought, everybody. We gotta really try to temper ourselves with everything in life that's going on these days. But we also need to be fair with each other, and we need to make sure that we consider each other before we just shoot from the hip and consider ourselves and only ourselves. Okay. That's my public safety announcement for this session.
It's a lack of collective. Global Drone, you're right. It's a lack of collective because if like Tom's speaking about, when NYC 5 Borough drone meetup started, the hordes of people that came out of the woodworks, help me fly a drone, show me how to fly a drone, where can I fly a drone? That was so welcoming and so warm, because we were actually showing the rest of the world that you can fly drones in New York. I don't know if till today it's still true, if they are the largest drone group in New York City, or if they are or not. That doesn't matter. What matters is, yeah, to see BK goes, drone boy goes 12,000 feet. We know, we know, we know. You'd see, if you don't speak about it, it'll go away. It's like a fly. If the
It's
fucker don't land on your face, don't swing at it.
12,000 feet.
Look, look, you know, not your rolling. I know what you're saying. The rules and BS are killing my mood. And, you know, look, yeah. So that goes a long way to getting people to move away from the community, right? With all that kind of nonsense that goes on. It's like, look, be straight up front. And this goes for all groups. This isn't directed at 5 Borough. This goes for all groups. Okay.
Agreed.
Be upfront. What are your rules? Okay. Be clear about them, but be consistent in the application of them also. Right.
Right.
I'm in the rad power bikes community, and they're like, you know, don't post about upgrades here. There's a different community for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here's what this group was set up for. Okay, good. Now, if you want to be there, be there. If you don't want to be there, don't be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is something that needs to just be addressed out of hand. You're going to play in my sandbox. Okay. Here's the rules. If you want to play in my sandbox, if you don't want to play there, then go to some other sandbox. That's all. And Orly, I agree. The live streams try to help, but they're not the same as meetups, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we like getting together here. I mean, you know, we like seeing you guys in the chat. We like the people who come on the stream with us and share. We love all that, but yeah,
right.
it's not the meetup.
It's
we
the
know
actual
it's not the meetup.
Not the same thing.
Yeah, it's making that face-to-face connection and realizing no matter how different we are, we're the same.
We have
right?
one thing in common. We have a love.
Yeah, and you know what? When you start to scratch the surface, you see that it's more than this. It's more than that. It's what you have so many things in common, you know? And that's the nice thing about the meetups. It's a nice thing about any group, you know, whether it's like right now, the bikes, okay, or the FPV or the camera drones. I mean, these are things that we found a common bond, and now that bond is expanding from there. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've made some really good friends in 5 boroughs. Okay. Yeah, and friends I'll be friends with past 5 boroughs. When 5 boroughs and all these other groups are afterthoughts because we moved on to jet propulsion and we're flying space drones by that point. Okay.
Right. But we've met people that we will keep in contact with.
Yeah.
And some that will wither away.
Right. True.
Yeah. And that's, and in general, that's, you know what that's called? That's called fucking life. That's life, man. That's, you know, and adapting to it.
What's that, Herman?
And their families. We've met members of their families.
Exactly. Yeah. You expand that circle, right? You expand the circle. You start with these things like flying and you know, e-biking and doing this and doing that and building, scratch building PCs, and you find that kindred spirit. And once you scratch that surface, you find out, they got a family that's into this, and they love going here. And you find out a lot of these things are parallels to your own life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the differences in people go away. And when that happens,
you know, that's total utopia.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, look, you can get there in little pods, in little pieces, right? Can you make the whole world love you? No. Okay. But you can get there in little pieces. And that's what are we clawing at in life here? Okay, a little bit of that. Yeah, it met some real a-holes too, you know. Hey, but then again, without the a-holes, you wouldn't be able to measure the good people. So
true.
You know,
Very true.
It's like look at it. It's like photography, right? You can stop the action a lot quicker by raising the shutter speed, but if you do, then the shot gets darker. So then you got to open up the aperture. But when you do, then you lose depth of field.
Okay.
So it's life. Everything's a damn trade-off here.
Yeah, true.
Okay. I want a faster drone, but I got to give up this feature. Okay. I want to put a 6S battery on my drone, but I realize, yeah, I'll get longer flight time.
Okay.
Okay. But now it's heavier.
All right.
So I won't be able to maneuver maybe the same.
And
So everything
drones,
is a trade-off, man.
drones
Everything is a trade-off.
Tom, I want to point out, guys, I'm gonna do a little test here. And I'm not gonna mention the test until another live stream, but I want to see. Never mind. I'm not even. We're just ending at 6:30. I'm gonna leave it like that. No. I almost fell into something.
You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen at 6:31? Paul's gonna show up. Okay, just saying.
No.
I'm only kidding.
I'll be interested to see who goes live. If we go off at 6:30, I'll be interested to see who goes live during regular time. That's all. I'll leave it at that.
I know he was getting snow earlier.
Okay.
So yeah,
in Michigan. So it's snowing in Michigan now, or it was snowing in Michigan. Well, I actually don't care who goes on afterwards. My point is, I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together so I can come up with the proper hypothesis. So when I do have to read the views and opinions that are heard tonight, and not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel tonight, when I do have to read that, I have all my reason for it. Don't point at yourself, Tom. Stop it.
Well, I don't know.
No, it's Herman. Hold on.
Yeah, wait a minute. Wait. Well, see, on my screen, Herman's over here, and you're down below me on my.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do this.
Well, Lawrence,
them.
We talking about the Zoom window. Where Lawrence is over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make it easy then.
Oh yeah, just point at both of them.
You say the views and opinion, but all I'm saying is, I don't, as far as
snowing in Ontario too.
I heard that he had. I don't know what happened to Paul. I haven't heard from him, but
I agree, Courtney.
He had snow out there by him, so I really don't know. Maybe.
That's going to be a pretty common thing for the next several months with him.
What's
right?
up, John Donato? You're actually
living on one of the Great Lakes.
We appreciate you coming in, John Donato. I know you're a busy man, but tonight we're going to end the live stream in 3 minutes.
Hey, John Donato.
And as opposed to going on to 7 p.m., we're going to end at 6:30 tonight. It's been a long night. We've been hit by bots. We've been hit by bots. We've been hit by going squirrel, because it kind of did the news a little early, but shit happens. But I am going to say next week. I'm usually scarce on YouTube anyway because I have a life. But next week, from Tuesday through up until Wednesday, Herman's live stream. I'll be on Herman's live stream, and I will be on Night Train's Whistle. What is that show called? That's bad. I'm going to be on the live stream. I'm going to be on Night Train's live stream Thursday night, damn it.
You put the link and everything in all of
Whistle Stop. That's
Whistle Stop.
That's it.
You should put it down in the comment section, man.
Yeah, put the link in.
Yeah, let me put it.
Yeah, put all that in there.
Giving away
put all that in there.
Giving away some motors and a 6-inch Martian frame. So let me go to Night Train and put his post. So Thursday night, we will go live Thursday night for 1 hour. I am not responsible, and I must say, the views and opinions heard that night are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone heard on that panel tonight, because I'm sure, as well as me and everyone else, there may be a little alcohol-infused conversation.
Well,
I'm being honest. Hold on. Let me get Night Train channel up. So if you want to come and hang out with us and have a drink with us on Thursday night, you can, but we're giving away motors, and we're giving away a 6-inch frame, and we're only going to be on for an hour. You must live in the United States. You must fly FPV. You must live
Canada.
in Canada. Yes, United States
Okay,
and or Canada. This is Night Train's channel. Thursday night, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's it. We're gonna spin the wheel. We're gonna do a random comment generator, and that's it. Give that stuff away.
Lawrence, Wednesday night, we're gonna wing it a little bit. We're gonna have some drone news, but we're gonna have being is that it's a little pre-Thanksgiving. We're gonna have
Oh hell yeah! Alcohol.
Shot in the drop.
Wednesday
night.
night.
Shot.
Oh, I gotta prepare then, right?
I'll do a shot in the drop
Okay.
Wednesday night. That's cool.
Whichever one you want to call it.
Yeah, because it's the pre-Thanksgiving. We appreciate you all. We appreciate all the support. Yes, we are ending early because I'm just interested to see who goes live afterwards. And Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys. We love you all. Start getting ready for the holidays. Go
later,
cook
guys.
turkey, have those drinks, do whatever you got to do.
Oh, my 5 borough folk.
And with that, we're out of
Peace.
here.
Live long and prosper. All the best.
There we go. We're offline. I waited.